Hello, my name's Blank. I won a locals last weekend with this Fire King branded deck, and I just wanted to share it on Reddit or a Discord wherever I post this. So here it is. I made this completely original, by the way. I didn't copy a deck list or anything. This is just what I went with because I like the idea. Uh, there we go. That looks straighter. First, it's 3 copies of Ponix. This is your 1 card starter. Get you in a Sanctuary. Sanctuary, set the island, pop Ponix, grab Grunix, and then that's basic Fire King combo from there. Send the Brawl. Next, Sacred Fire King Grunix. He's what you search off island. He also, when he's special summoned, he pops a monster or one of your Fire Kings from deck. Or actually, not a Fire King, just a Fire Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster, hand, deck, or face up field. Which it's great graveyard. You'd usually send the Barong, so you can get the Kieran search, or you can send a Kieran depending on what you have in your grave. Next, 3 copies of Kieran. Pop a fire monster, hand or field, special summon it, and when he's destroyed and sent to the grave, you can special summon one of your Fire Kings, except itself, obviously, and then pop a card on the field, which would usually be something on your opponent's field if you're going turn 2. But if he gets popped and going in graveyard turn 1, you might have some things you can pop. I personally wouldn't know. I've never done it. Next, 3 Arvada. Might put it down to 2. It's Kieran, but worse. If it's destroyed, it special summons a monster or a Fire King monster from graveyard except itself, obviously, but its effects are negated and it's destroyed during the end phase. So, at best, what this would be able to do, you could pop this, summon like a Ring Bali or something that's in the grave, and then once the Ring Bali is popped during the end phase and you have a Grunix in grave or hand, you can special summon the Grunix, get that play going. But really might just cut it down to 2. It's bricky sometimes. Next, Barong. 2 of, I think this is fairly normal. Barong is what you pop off of Grunix because when he's destroyed during the next standby phase, you can search a Fire King monster and add it to hand. Next, 1 Ring Bali, Spell Trap Negate. It's decent when it's in your hand. It's a good target for Arvada. Good target for Kieran in case it's in your grave. All in all, it's a really good card. I might bump it to 2, but seeing it's really decent at 1. Next, I think is a controversial pick. 1 copy of Fire King High Avatar Grunix. It loops itself, which is real funny. Because once returned during the next standby phase after this card was popped by card effect and sent to the graveyard, special summon it from the graveyard. If you do, destroy all monsters on the field. That includes itself. Oh no, never mind. It says all other monsters on field. Whoops. Yu-Gi-Oh players can't read. But if you do pop it on your turn with like Kieran, it loops. It just loops. It's great. And it's a dark hole. Next is spells. 3 Sanctuary. I would play 2, but 3 seems to be the best because I love opening it whenever I normal summon Ponix. Ponix gets impermed, and so I just have the Sanctuary to set, send the field spell, do basic plays. It's great to have. Next, 2 Island. Won't play 3 because you don't want to see it in your main hand most of the time, but it is good when it is there, from my experience. I won't put it down to 1 just in case it gets popped and it's in grave and I can't put it back on the field or in hand. So 2 is the best, I think, in just most Fire King decks. Next, 1 of Skyburn, 1 of Circle. Might cut Circle, or Yeah, might cut circle because all it does is just swap to Fire Kings, which, you know what, it can be useful to get you game, but that's only if you can get game out on board. It's iffy, really. Skyburn, it's a great quick play. Pop as many of your opponent's monsters as you have Fire Kings, so you get great graveyard recursion, and your opponent's field gets wiped potentially. So those are all the spells for the spells and monsters for Fire King. Next, we're going on to the branded engine. Basic shit. 3 branded fusion. Let you fusion summon deck, hand, field. It's great. It's also a great dodge to Ash, just in case. Which is always good, because, you know, fuck that card. Next, 2 Albaz. I would be playing it at 1 if I didn't have a Guardian Chimera play. This is really good. This is really good in this deck, I should say. Yeah. It's also a good normal summon, just in case you special summon Aponix on your turn. It gets impermed, and your opponent has just any monster, really. So you can fucking Fallen of Albaz into any of your fusion monsters in your extra deck. Next, Dark Magician. This is for Dragoon. Dragoon can't be destroyed by card effects. Yeah, can't be destroyed by card effects. Neither player can target it with card effects. Which is great, because if you go Dragoon, turn 1, and then you go Garunix Eternal during your opponent's turn, your Dragoon won't be popped. And your opponent's board does, which is always good, because then you have, what, 6,000 damage out, right? I think it's 6,000. Yep, 6,000 damage even. Next is going to be the non-engine, which is, it's decent. First, tech pick, summon limit. You don't do much summoning in this. At most, turn 1, if you draw this, you get 4 summons. It's what you do. 4 summons is the maximum I've ever done on a single turn. And that's with like full combo, so Branded Fusion and just Aponix. 2 card combos there. Yeah, I'll show hands and stuff at the end of this. Next, 2 Dark Hole. This is for the Dark Hole Dragon you'd run in the side deck, but it's also good when you draw into it. Just pop your opponent's whole field, and yours, which is always good, until it isn't. But Dragoon is fucking immune to it, so it doesn't matter. Next is going to be 3 Prosperity. Super cheap. I like the card. It's good. Banish 6, get 6. It's really good to get into Branded Fusion or any of your other 1-card starters. Next is going to be Infinite Impermanence. These are the hand traps. 3 Imperm and 3 Ash. Those are the hand traps I run. It's mostly gas, this deck. You can run more hand traps if you really want to, but I think this is just a fine mix. Basic shit, Imperm, Ash. Next, going on to the extra deck, we have 1, 2, 3 Garunix Eternity, which, in all honesty, I forgot to add the Albion into this, which is what I was supposed to be adding into this instead of the 3rd Garunix, but, you know, oof, I guess. 2 Garunix Eternity. You can summon off Prosperity. You can have both in just for the quick XDs. It's also generic, if y'all didn't know that. It's 2 level 8s. So you can even put in Dark Worlds if you really wanted to. Let's see. Next is going to be all the fusion monsters, which is, let's Let's see. Here you go. Albion, Lubellion. Also, this is a misprint Lubellion from the starter deck. It's supposed to be ultra, but it's just regular rare because they fucking misprinted the holo, so there's no holo here. It's cool. I like it. But yeah, yeah, the Albion, the Lubellion, the Mirror Jade, Sanctifier, Dracostapelia, Dragoon. These are all the fusion monsters. Oh, shit, actually. Sorry. And the Guardian Chimera. These are all the fusion monsters you're going to be playing. If you want to, I guess. They're all pretty good. They're all for a number of plays. Albion is for whenever you are going second. You don't make Dracostapelia or the Dragoon. So you go... What is it? Lubellion, discard one, send this off for the Mirror Jade play. This is for like your branded and red stuff. So then you'd send the Albion in the grave. Your Albion's going to set your branded in red. Then you'd Guardian Chimera onto your opponent's turn. That's the basic branded and red play. Lubellion's going to be your main card for almost all of it. All of your fusion plays, except for your Sanctifier. But for Dracostapelia, you go Brand Fusion, Lubellion, discard, send back the Lubellion and the Albaz into Dracostapelia. This is what you do on turn 1. So you have a negate on field. Next, your Dragoon play. You guessed it, fucking Lubellion. Lubellion, discard, return the Dark Magician, and either the Lubellion itself or an Albaz. So you could just possibly have a Lubellion out on field and Dark Dragoon. But usually you just have the Dark Dragoon because your Lubellion's going to get popped anyway. So might as well just put it back in the extra deck just in case you draw another Branded Fusion. And next is the one that doesn't rely on Lubellion whatsoever. It's Albion. Everybody's favorite, Albion. This is good for the mirror match. That's why I run them. So you play against another Fire King deck, Fire King Diabell Star, Fire King Rescue Ace, Fire King Volcanic, whatever the fuck. Play the Albion. Albion fucking summons one of, I don't know what, an Albaz from your grave, or the Darkhold Dragon from your grave, whatever is in your grave, to your opponent's field, and you grab one of your opponent's Fire King monsters, you play off their own monster. It's great. I love that play. But that's only in the mirror match, because Cartesia is going to be in the side. Same thing with Darkhold Dragon. But next is going to be the Lynx. We got one Almatirage, one Relinquished, Anima, what is it? One IP, Cerberus, Raging Phoenix, Zealantis. I don't know why I have these in here, but they just are. They're prosperity targets mostly, because I'm just playing the Xyz and Fusion most of the time. But I have found that Anima is real funny to use when you can't get into your fusions and you just steal your opponent's monsters and then smack for game. IP is also pretty decent. You IP have, I don't know, what, 3 other monsters or 2 other monsters on your field that have been impermed or whatever, so like a Garunix and the Ponix, I don't know. So you IP into Zealantis. And then it's just a fun day. I don't know why Raging Phoenix is in here. I was just told to add it. Cerberus is always good, or always fun to have when you have an IP. Because way to pop a monster in your opponent's field. Next, side deck. Let's see. In the side deck, we run Branded in Red, Blazing Cartesia, Dark Hole. These are what you'd replace the Dragoon stuff with if you really need to. So You'd replace Dark Magician with either Blazing Cartesia or Branded in Red. But Darkhold Dragon, you could, in all honesty, just swap the High Avatar Garunix for the Darkhold Dragon and then just play it just as fine. But it can be a brick. That's why I have it on the side, because it can be a brick and I don't have a way around it. Also, Cartesia is good because it can summon itself, adds itself to hand when a fusion monster is sent. So if you have this, or well, you wouldn't have it engraved most of the time, but if it is engraved and you send the Albion, just cause you have a Cartesia in hand for contact fusions. Or yeah, that's in camera. Next, extra ring Bali, just in case you really want that spell trap negate. You're going against Labyrinth. An extra Dark Hole, just cause. 3 of's fun sometimes. You might need it, might not. Next, Dingirsu. Generic rank 8. It's non-targeting removal, which is always good. Next, 2 Destructive Daruma Cannon. This is good against all the Link decks. And Cash. So if you just so happen to fucking go against, I don't know, something like Scareclaw, or shit, even Makonko, you can Destructive Daruma Cannon, wipe their whole field. It's always fun. Or, Destructive Daruma Cannon doesn't wipe, so you Destructive Daruma Cannon, go into your own Grunix. Yeah. Next, 3 Nib, 3 Drill. I have these inside. Nib is great if you're going against a combo player, but since you're playing Summon Limit, you usually won't. Droll. Droll's always good, especially since we're in a combo format. At least I think we're in a combo format. I'm pretty sure we are. Droll, most people get fucked. Now I'm gonna give you a combo tutorial, I guess. So basically for this deck, all you really need, for my idea of it, is a Branded Fusion, and any 1-card starter, in all honesty. Usually it's going to be Ponix, but if you have a Sanctuary in hand, you set the field, and you have another fucking monster in your hand, just pop it, add the Garunix, or Ponix, depends. But usually, first go Branded Fusion, just in case the opponent has the Ash. If they don't, you go full Branded combo, or Dragoon combo, so you'd send Dark Magician, the Albaz. Then you go into the Lubellion, discard or whatever, and then send the Albaz Dark Magician back for Dragoon. Or you can send the Lubellion and the Albaz back, or the Lubellion and the Dark Magician back for the Dragoon. This way you have an Albaz engraved, just in case you really want the Branded in Red combo. And then you can just do your normal Fire King stuff. So normal summon Ponix. Search out, what was it, Sanctuary? Sanctuary. Set the field spell. Field spell, pop the Ponix. Add the Garunix. The Garunix gets summoned because Fire Monster is destroyed. Garunix is going to send you Barong. Barong Engrave, next standby phase, is going to add you Kirin. And then your Ponix is going to add itself back also in the standby phase, so you pop the Ponix with the Kirin, summon the Kirin, and then you quick exuse out to your Garunix Eternity. Well, that's the basic combo that I've done with this deck. 2 cards, it's great. Your Dragoon won't be popped by Eternity. You have 6,000 damage out on field. And if your Garunix gets destroyed anyway, I think. Yeah, destroyed while it has material, special summon the materials right back. Next is going to be. I'll show you guys the branded and red combo real quick. Get those. Alright. So, same thing, really. You'd have your branded fusion into Albaz, and preferably Dark Hole Dragon. You would swap out the branded in red and Dark Hole. Yeah, the Albaz, Dark Hole. These are going to go to Grave. And then you'd go... Uh-oh. Where'd he go? That's not good. There it is. Rebellion, discard 1. Bring back the Albaz and the Rebellion. Go into Mirror Jade. This is a turn 2 play, by the way. Mirror Jade, send the Albion. And then Albion, during the end phase, is going to set your branded in red. Ideally, you would have more monsters out on field, like, I don't know, a Garunix and a Arvada or something, and then you'd just flip branded in red. Or no, you wouldn't send the Dark Hole Dragon. Sorry. You would send two of your Albazes. You would send double Albaz. You send an Albaz back for Mirror Jade, branded in red. Add the Albaz back to hand. And then you'd go into your Guardian Chimera play. Messed up there a little bit. I don't think I need to show the Sanctifier play. It's self-explanatory. You're going in the mirror match. You have Sanctifier out. Use its quick effect to summon a monster from your graveyard to your opponent's field. Preferably not a Fire King monster. Shit, maybe even, I don't know, the Albaz you have. Because no way possible are they going to have a fucking Albaz fusion or be prepped for an Albaz fusion. So, yeah. You can get multiple plays. It's great. This is the first, or not the first, this is like the third version of this deck that I made. Anyway, thank you for watching.